Hello everyone, I just want to make this video telling you everything that I don't like about Forza Horizon 4. This is called everything I hate about Forza Horizon 4. It doesn't mean that I hate the game. No, this game is superb, so if you have an Xbox One or high-end PC, if you missed out on it, I would totally recommend buying it right now. Or just a Game Pass and then just getting Forza Horizon 4 because it's like the racing game right now. It's like the racing game at this moment in time because oh, excuse me, guys. So, it's getting the most updates. So that means that you're going to be coming back and back and back to it. And then there's other things that are keeping you coming back, like PvP, Eliminator, just so many things. A game that I kind of go back to is Gran Turismo Sport. Like, if you're a PlayStation dude, go buy GT Sport, but this is Forza 4. These are things I don't like about the game. So I'm going to do it in like no particular order. First thing I want to talk about is car sounds. The car sounds in the game sound lazy and they're copied and pasted across like almost all of the... Here's like 500 cars, I think it is. It's over 500 now. But the car sounds are lazy. Well, car sounds have been getting worse since Horizon 2. Since Horizon 2's car sounds were amazing. Like, seriously, the Supra, it sounded like a Supra. Now in Horizon 4, the Toyota Supra now sounds like a vacuum cleaner. And the R34 sounds more like a Porsche. While in Horizon 2, it sounded like an R34. I'm not saying Horizon 2 is because Horizon 2 had the best car sounds. Like, I was in the series, but I think Forza Motorsport 4 has, like, the best car sound design. So you probably know the story about car sounds is that they're lazy and a lot of the engine sounds are basically just copied and pasted across like all of the cars. So that's about the car sounds. Like if you've played Forza Horizon 4 for a while, you'll probably know it by now. The next thing is the soundtrack. Soundtracks are subjective, but you can all agree that's the worst soundtrack in the Horizon series. Well, in my personal opinion. Mainly because it's a lot shorter than the soundtracks of like Horizon 3 and Horizon 2. Like, you only get like 5 stations, while in Horizon 3 it was like... You get like 7 stations in Horizon 3. I had to count them. But Horizon 4, they've basically just cut some of it. And soundtrack, I haven't exactly got bored of it yet, but I think the next update, like not update 23, part 24 needs to like extend its soundtrack because a lot of people are like getting bored of it. Even though it costs money, but I think Playground Games should be able to like squeeze some extra stuff in there. So, next thing about the game that I don't like, so I was there. And there's no custom soundtrack that like Horizon 3 had, and no like Spotify integration. So that's kind of disappointing. Next thing is going to be, what was it? Yes, the next thing was going to be drive-avatars. So drive-avatars are kind of a nice idea to have, like, drivers that are kind of like your friends and everything. But if you're driving a free roam offline, you're basically just going to be smashing into them all the time. Like, if you're playing Horizon 4 offline a lot, play online. But if you're offline, they're just going to get in your way at the most annoying spots. That's why I play online, because I don't want to deal with them, like, while in free roam, because you're basically just going to be hitting them so much until you'll just get tired of it. That's another thing that I don't like about Horizon 4. So, next thing that I don't like about Horizon 4 is are some of these special effects, like the dirt effects. They're not, like, if the game is trying to be, like, focused on, like, off-roading and stuff, it should have better dirt effects. Like, I'll probably want like a little bit of dirt kicked up on the screen since it makes it more immersive, and probably like get the cars like more dirty and stuff like that. But they get dirty enough. But I wish it was just a little bit more since it feels on par with like Horizon 3 in a way. So next thing about Horizon 4 that I don't like, this is always the same category, is the damage wall. Horizon 1's damage wall was decent, to be honest. Well, I know that some car manufacturers don't want heavy damage walls, but come on. Like, learn from Horizon 1. Like, at least make it like Horizon 1's damage wall, or Horizon 2's damage model. Since I know this is a thing, like, if they had a heavy damage wall, it would probably not have as much cars, but I think that Playground Games could do a better job at crash physics. So, the next, probably the final thing that I don't like about the game is, like, messages, like, where it says, like, Horizon Live Session found. They annoy me. It's because I don't really need them that often. And then, I just don't need them. Like, when I go in a session, I can just select if I want to, but no, it will do it automatically. And that's one thing that kind of bugs me. So, Horizon 5 needs to step up in car sounds, some crash physics, a little bit, soundtrack. Well, Forza 4 is a superb game, to be honest. Specifically in the update category, since if it didn't have its updates, like, I probably wouldn't be playing it anymore. So that's what Horizon 4 does right. And some other things they'll probably do is hand animations. There's no handbrake animation. There's no 360-degree wheel rotation, and you just get steering your wheel to a 90-degree angle and shifting it, and that's basically it. And so, like, one of the things is that the game lacks soul, like Horizon 1. Like, it doesn't really feel enough like a music festival like Horizon 1, because just something about the vibe of Horizon 4, and it also lacks cutscenes, since in Horizon 1, it had, like, actual cutscenes, which would make the game more immersive, but unlike Horizon 4, it's basically, like, they'll basically just throw you into the game. Like, there's only, like, a cutscene every now and then, but it just throws you in the game. Like, there's no... You probably get the picture by now. Like, it lacks just a little bit of soul. There are things that I wish that Horizon 4 had. Oh, stuff that I probably want Horizon 5 to have is, like, rally stages. Like, I want it to be in Japan, so, like, I kind of like Brandon's idea, since that's where Playground Games is based. But I think Japan is more, like, important place to go for Horizon than something like, I don't know, Brazil or anything. The thing is that Japan's more, like, car culture-ish. Like, they're, like, full of, like, car culture and stuff, so that's why Horizon 5 needs to be in Japan. Probably had some stuff like rally stages, kind of like the Horizon Rally expansion. And all that stuff. Since the game right now just said basically has Rallycross. And I'm now on the things I want in Horizon 5 section of this video. So, I'm just going to, like, give you a little bit of stuff. I'm probably going to make a whole video about it. I'm just going to give you, like, a little bit of stuff. So, it needs to be set in Japan, since it's, like, the perfect place for a Horizon game, because that's, like, it has, like, every type of car culture there. Obviously, these rally stages, it probably needs a soundtrack like a music festival like Horizon 1. And what else is that's 5 and 8? Oh yes, and also there's cutscenes, like just take Horizon 4 but just add more to it. And then yeah. This Horizon 5 I think is coming out next year. It might be coming out next year. And because like last year they sometimes wasted it with Forza Street, which is absolutely pointless when they just should have released Forza Motorsport 8 that year. So that is what I don't like about Horizon 4 and a little bit of what I want in Horizon 5.